For our final Black History Immersion Celebration, we have some real treats today, so get excited. I would like to start off today by saying that the Black History Month exhibit, which features a bust of Obama by a local artist, will be closing March 3rd, but not to worry because Black History continues into March when we feature several prominent Black women in history with our Women's History Month exhibit that opens March 9th. Also coming up in March is the International Women's Gathering, an event where you can experience cultural food, attire, richness, and more with empowering women as a keynote speaker. I'm pretty sure everybody feels safe with me doing that, right? Okay. And fellas, you are invited to this event as well. You may purchase tickets at the imcoalition.org for the event. That day will also be the last day to experience the World Art Expo, which is right over here to your left, which features over 30 different artists that represent over 14 different countries, and each piece is available for purchase. And did you know that the works in our annual International Art Show are available for purchase? Every artwork sold benefits both the International Marketplace Coalition and the artist in a 20/80 split. So if you see any artwork that speaks to you, consider buying it before it's gone. For the foodies here today, the next I Am Lunch Tour takes us to Havana Cafe. Join us at noon on March 9th as we hit up this Cuban spot. RSVP at imcoalition.org. And lastly, calling all designers, we are looking for a new t-shirt design for our global village. That's right. Will you be the designer of our new t-shirt? Head to the gift shop for details on how to enter. Now, let's begin our program. I would like to introduce to you Miss Kelli Antoinette, born and raised right here in Indianapolis, is a local cover band artist in the community. She's been soloing since the age of 7 years old, y'all, and now performs as a solo act with a live band. Kelli Antoinette has shared stages with many international recognized artists, starred in plays, and is currently working on her first single entitled Handle Me With Care. Most weekends, you can catch her soulful sounds somewhere in the city, and you can follow her on social media at Kelli Antoinette. Please make a round of applause and give her a warm welcome.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. So excited to be here, and happy Black History Month to you all. So excited. Yes, let's clap it up. Yes, yes.
Is the lift every voice first? No, I can do this one. What is it? The other one is the golden, right? Golden to the.
You might have seen videos.
Yeah, sorry, that YouTube.
Here we go, y'all. Can y'all put your hands together? Hey, yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm taking my freedom, pulling it off the shelf, putting it on my chain, wearing it around my neck. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my car, wherever I choose to go. Ooh, it will take me far. I'm living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden. Yeah, 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 living my life. Oh, yeah, yeah. Living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden, living my life like it's golden, golden. I'm taking my own freedom, putting it in my song, singing it loud and strong, grooving all day long. I'm taking my freedom, putting it in my stroll. I golden, y'all. Letting the joy unfold. I'm living my life like it's golden. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm living my life like it's golden, golden. Living my life like it's golden. Said I'm living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden. Living my life like hey, living my life like it's golden, golden. I'm holding on to my freedom. Can't take it from me. I was born into it. It comes naturally. I'm holding on to my freedom. Playing the God in me. Representing His glory. Hope He's proud of me. Yeah, yeah. Hope He's proud of me. Said I'm living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden, golden. Like it's golden. Like it's golden, golden. Living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. Living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. Oh, living my life like it's golden, golden, golden. Say golden. Oh, I'm living my life like it's golden. Anybody living their life like it's golden? Come on, wave your hands. Hey, I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. Hope He's proud of me. I'm living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden, golden. Oh, oh, I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. Living my life like it's golden, golden, golden. Yeah. Living my life like it's golden. It really matters to me. Oh, I'm living my life like it's golden, 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 golden. Thank y'all so much. Thank you all. Now this next one, if you all know it, you're more than welcome to sing it with me. And I just want to say thank you so much for having me out today. I appreciate it. Thank you all for coming out, all your beautiful faces. Just clap it up for yourselves. Y'all look so nice. Kelli Antoinette. Yes, ma'am. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Now sing it with me if you know it. Here we go. Sing a song full of, I hear you, has brought us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when
so much. Thank you. Well, go ahead and sing your face off, girl. Thank you. Give Kelly, please, one more hand, everyone. Thank you so much. That was a beautiful rendition of the Black National Anthem. Thank you so very much.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Max Maxwell, real estate.
So I would like to draw your all's attention. We have several vendors that are here today. Beautiful, beautiful creations. And I just want to give them a little bit of light. One of our vendors today, her designs are called Enjoy Vintage. And her mission is to empower the community to be their true selves through fashion. She remixes vintage pieces to cater to your own personal style, because your worth isn't determined by the price of your clothes. So I would just like to feature Miss Joylyn. If you would like to just say a couple of words about your creations.
Hello, everybody. So like she said, I like to empower people through fashion, just letting them know that your worth is not determined by the price of your clothes. I do love vintage pieces. They have a quality to them that you can't find in clothes right now. So I just pick unique pieces that represent my culture and also different people's culture, and just let you be yourself.
Thank you so much, and you look gorgeous, girl. I love your outfit, so we're gonna talk. Okay, so our next performance will be by Miss Delores Thornton, who is an author, a filmmaker, an actress, and a licensed minister. She does a little bit of everything, and she is actually, she's going to be showing her short film. There will be a premiere for it called Ida May 2, and tickets are available at Eventbrite. She is a very talented author, and she is also doing a first-person impersonation of Harriet Tubman. So please give a very, very warm welcome for Miss Delores Thornton.
Y'all probably know me as Harriet Tubman. I was born in 1822 in Maryland. I was born a slave. When I was young, a man tried to throw an object at a young male slave and missed him and hit me. And all my life I suffered from headaches and dizzy spells, and sometimes I was just subject to just black clean on out.
Okay.
In my 20s, I escaped from slavery and left Maryland. I went to Pennsylvania, but I made over 17 trips back to the South. First, I brought my own family up. Then I brung a whole lot of other people. Brung them up on what we called the Underground Railroad. And people was really confused. They was like, what is an Underground Railroad? Where is the slaves at? Who got them? Who took them? But we had a chain of places where we could stay called safe houses. And we traveled at night. And it was dangerous. And I always had my sidearm with me.
That's right.
And people thought it was to ward off the slave catchers, and I did. Some folk thought it was to combat all the wild animals at night, and I used it for that. But the main reason I carried it was for the slaves that was on my train. Because you see, some of them was afraid. I had grown men with their wives and their kids on my train on that railroad. Sometimes they wanted to turn back. And I told them, if you hear the dogs, keep going. If you see the torches in the woods, keep going. If they're shouting after you, keep on going. Don't ever stop. Keep going. If you want a taste of freedom, keep on going. But still, some of them wanted to turn back. And I couldn't allow that. Because I knew when they were captured and tortured, they would lead the slave catchers back to us. And I couldn't allow that. And I told them, if you try to get off my train, I'll shoot you myself. And you know, my train never jumped the track, and I never lost a passenger. And that song they played, Go Down Moses, I like that. Because they gave me the name Moses. After Moses in the Bible, you know, he's the one that went down to Egypt after he was instructed by the law to tell old Pharaoh to let my people go. And so I tried to live up to the name of Moses. I tried to do everything I could for my mighty people. And I was proud of my service to them people. You know, I had a lot of heartaches, a lot of headaches running that train. But I was so proud of everything that I done. But you know, in 1850, when they came up with that Fugitive Slave Act, I knew I couldn't just take my people to Pennsylvania. I knew I'd have to go further north, darn near to Canada. And I knew I'd have to help them. I'd have to train them to do some things. I'd have to teach them. I'd have to help them to get jobs. And I did. And then, you know, that old Civil War come, and I worked for the Union Army. I was a scout. I was a spy. I was a cook. I was a nurse. So proud of my service, especially my service as a spy. Because, you know, they thought old Harriet couldn't read and write and couldn't plan nothing. But they didn't know that I could plan. I could plot and I could plan and I could take secrets back to the Union. And I helped to free a lot of slaves as a scout and a spy for that Union Army. And I was so proud of my service. So proud of my service to the Army. So proud of everything I'd done to help my people. So proud that I had brung them out how I could help them. That was my life's journey. That was my life's work. And you know, even though I was at a disadvantage, being illiterate, my folk had come up with so many things that we could do. I know y'all know about the slave quilts. If your grandmamas had any of them, you could look at that quilt and get a whole message out of it. It was almost like we had our own secret codes. Just like it was certain kind of ways we could braid our hair. People could look at it, know which direction we need to be going in. We had so many hidden secrets. Even those old Negro spirituals were just coded messages. Didn't nobody know but us. I did know how to plot and plan. They underestimated old Harriet when I was working for the Army. And I spied and I scouted and I helped them Union boys. And you know, later on in life, I moved to New York. I eventually started a home for the aged where I died myself. But you know, I told you I had visions. I could see things. And before I died, I saw a lot of stuff. Saw some things that really didn't come to pass. Thought about being on some money. And I heard after my death that they was gonna put me on a $20 bill. But y'all know they didn't. But they did put a colored girl on a quota. Maya Angelou. Know y'all know about it. Know y'all know about it. So many good things came to pass. So many good things that made me proud of my people. And I just stopped by today just for a minute. Just for a short minute. To let you know that folk bled and died and fought for your rights, for your freedom. Be proud of that. Think about old Harriet every now and then. Hold your head up, walk straight, and know that the ancestors are smiling down on you. Think about me. Think about the conductor on that old railroad. And you know, there was some people that did a movie about me. Didn't know they was gonna do it, but they did. And some young ladies that could have been passengers on my train is here today. They's gonna dance to the theme of Harriet. I want you to welcome them now as they come. Thank you. Have a good day. Yay, girl.
I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can when I can, while I can for my people. While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones. Come on, y'all. Early in the morning, before the sun begins to shine, we're gonna start moving towards that separating line. I'm waiting through muddy waters. You know I got a made up mind. And I don't mind if I lose any blood on the way to salvation. And I fight with the strength that I got until I die. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on.
Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Do you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gotta keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. I hear freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gotta keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you.
Yes, please, give a round of applause. Make some noise for that beautiful performance. Ancestors are smiling on us today. Something that I think is important to recognize is that these people that we are representing, they didn't start off by wanting to be a part of history. They just did what they had to do. And for that, we're here today. So think in mind, what legacy do you want to leave? What type of ancestor do you want to be for the future generations? It starts right now. I don't care what position you have in life, how old you are, how young you are. I would like to turn it over to the ladies. I'm so sorry.
Thank you so very much. We so appreciate your support. We've done a couple of things here this month. We appreciate Global Village for giving us the opportunity to come and express, explain, and to educate and entertain. Because what we do is entertainment, however we educate. My sister Delores Thornton spoke earlier about the trials, the triumphs of Harriet Tubman. My sister Lana and I, we just showed it expressively. We showed what she went through and how she came out. We appreciate it, and like I always say, our history should not be a mystery. We are charged with telling our story. If we don't tell our story, someone will tell it, and it may not be the true depiction of our story. So put it a charge on your own life. Tell your children and your grandchildren your story. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. I just like to say that I thoroughly enjoy spreading knowledge and telling my people and others about my people. I get really excited. This is not just a feeling that we have in February. This is a feeling that we have 12 months of the year. I am so proud. I tell everybody, and this might make them mad, these are my little sisters. I'm proud of them. And I hope that we, in some small way, brought the significance to Black History Month. Hope you will want to study more, because there are thousands of characters depicted in our history, all the way back to the ancient kings and queens of Egypt and Ethiopia. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you all for coming out and supporting and being a part of your history, our history. And for some strange reason, I'm getting emotional.
It's okay. It's all right.
And I just want to say thank you again, and we certainly appreciate the opportunity that has been given by Global Village. Mary, we appreciate you. Daniel, we appreciate you. Maria, our music men. We appreciate you. Kelly. I could go on. I'm sorry, I'm not going to leave anybody out that I've been introduced to. Corca. We appreciate you. We thank you for giving us this opportunity, and we certainly thank you for giving us the opportunity to be before you.
Before we sit down, I just want to say thank you to all the people that walked behind us, because they were a representation of the enslaved people. They all had on black, and that's a representation of them coming out of slavery. So I just want to say thank you. I don't see them. And I also want to say thank you to my sister Gloria. Gloria, please stand up. She worked with us. She was just not able to do the dance today. So thank you so much. Like Tony said, I'm getting choked up. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You know, she gave us a bit of history about quilts and piecing pieces of our culture together to tell a story, which makes me think of one of our designers here, Miss Corca. Her designs are inspired by modern and traditional African designs, and what inspires her most is the legacy of her mother. And so she's piecing her style, the future with the past, and I would just like to introduce her, Miss Corca, as one of our designers here, our vendors.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here and showcase what I do. Like she said, our brand is inspired by the African style. So we try to combine modern and traditional through creative design. Basically, what brings me to do this is just to keep a legacy of my mom and my sister. So my mom used to make hand-woven fabric. Growing up, that was my best moment, sitting there and looking at the artisan making hand-woven fabric. My sister used to sew, to design clothes. So both of them passed away, but I really want to keep the legacy. That's why I'm here today. Thank you.
And Corca is a native from Senegal, so we want to appreciate her designs as well. So I would also like to introduce one of our other vendors, Miss Regina Matthews, for the Favor Care Organics, which is a plant-based skin, hair, body, and care product line. I was speaking with her earlier, and she's so inspirational. I was like, this is like a Madam C.J. Walker type story, modern day, real life. She had personal things that happened in her life that inspired a product brand that just is amazing, that can not only help people of our culture, but everyone across the world. And you can taste the difference between a burger from McDonald's and a burger from a steakhouse. And she is definitely a representation of a steakhouse, modern day, through her product. So I would like to introduce Miss Regina Matthews.
It is an honor and a privilege to celebrate this Black History Month with you all. As she mentioned, we are a brand that is plant-based, chemical-free due to my own skin allergies. We make products that are from our families to yours for all hair textures, skin tones, all shapes and sizes, men and women and children. Due to my own skin sensitivities, the product was birthed imparting my 16-year business professionalism from the beauty and spa industry. So we hope that you do stop by to support all of the vendors that are here, including myself. If you have any questions or concerns, I'd love to have you. And you can also follow Favor Care Organics on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you.
Okay, so just a small announcement for all the other performers. Speak a little bit closer into the mic because you can't turn it up because it'll get hot with the speaker right there. So these next performers, I have had the pleasure of seeing them in performances around the city, from Dreamgirls, from The Wiz, I see him all over TikTok. He writes his own songs. He produces his own songs. He's an artist. He draws. He could probably fly if he tried. And I would so honored to have him here. In addition to, he is performing with also another amazing local artist. And I want to be sure to give him praise, and that is Kasma, right? Kasma Howard, born and raised in Indianapolis. His passions for arts, the saxophone, rapping, singing, painting, drawing, dancing. He also could fly if he wanted to. Stems from his first love, writing. And he thrives to tell a good story. And you can find him on Instagram as Kasma Howard, Facebook the same, and his music page, Toxic Culture, and look for the gas mask. Yes? All right. Please give these gentlemen a warm welcome. Jay Fuqua and Kasma Howard.
Thank you, thank you. Hello, everybody. Wow, it's a lot of people from this perspective. How's everybody doing today? I'm so grateful to be here. I've been so touched by the performances and all the things that are going on. The art alone is just breathtaking. And I've been so inspired. So I'm just grateful. And I think everybody that contributed to this event should give themselves a round of applause as well. Now, as Kelly said, I was also in Dreamgirls, but I also just got done doing a play called The Price of Progress, written and directed by Mr. Leander Williams, an excellent playwright who works for, he represents IUPUI in the Black Arts in that school. And this play was so inspirational because it told the story of Indiana Avenue and how it used to be very predominantly black, and how it was kind of taken over, but then IUPUI came and, we learned how to function and how to live with this educational system that we have. And it was just inspirational to me because I was able to be a part of it, and I was able to sing a couple of songs from history that's still close to my heart. And one of these songs is called A Change Is Gonna Come. And I'm gonna sing it a cappella if y'all don't mind. Do y'all have to have music? Okay, all right. I'm gonna sing A Change Is Gonna Come, and then my dear friend Kaz is going to come and perform a selection of his own, okay? I was born by the river in a little tent, and just like that river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. Feel free to clap your hands with me. It's been too hard living, yeah, but I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's out there beyond the sky. Oh no, it's been a long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come. Oh yes, it will. You see, I go to the movies and I go downtown, but there's always somebody there telling me don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come. Oh yes, it will. Yeah. But then I go to my brother. Hey, yeah. And I say, brother, help me please. But then my brother, he winds up, oh yes he does, knocking me down on my knees. Oh, there were times when I thought I wouldn't last too But now I know that I can carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. Thank you. Now I'm bringing up my dear friend Kasma Howard. He's an amazing songwriter, artist, everything that I wish I could be, he is. So here he comes right now. How y'all doing?
Hey.
I'm super shy, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was gonna be up here by myself.
That's all right.
I've never performed this song. Nobody's probably ever heard it but me. So it's my first time, so I'm just being with you.
They try and damage my soul. I told them back up, get off of me, cause they getting too close. Do not look at my flaws without counting my woes. I buried too many skeletons, sleep with too many ghosts. I slept 5 with the Most High because I know that I'm chosen. Just for what and for when, I guess I never know. I spit my fire to get high, cause I be feeling so low. I spit my spiff at the end, and then I jumped in the boat. Whoa, whoa. Just try and think of a way to make it safe through the day. No, I'm not feeling my best, but I've been doing okay. Just trying to think of a way to make it safe through the day. No, I'm not feeling my best, but I've been doing okay. You know we been here before, we done it so many times. I heard a knock at my door, I think I'm losing my mind. I made them all hit the floor, I made them move they behind. I put my ducks in a row, make sure they move they behind. Yeah, I'm simple, but I only sip wine and break bread with my kinfolk. When I never thought about money, seemed like everything is simple. Now I'm running like it's temple. Got me feeling like I'm simple. Spark a flame, I'm blowing timber to get over this flame. Jack be quick and Jack be nimble. All these boys do you the same. Jack a man, the forest Kindle. I've been reading through the lies. I've been looking for the symbols. I don't try to pull the game. Life ain't nothing but a riddle. Know that field is full of snakes. Why I stay about the middle? Yeah, I don't try to ride the lane, try to stay up in the inner. I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm so nervous. Just try to think of a way to make it safe through the day. No, I'm not feeling my best, but I've been doing okay. Just trying to think of a way to make it safe through the day. No, I'm not feeling my best, but I've been doing okay. You know we did this before, we done it so many times. I heard a knock at the door, I think I'm losing my mind. I made them all hit the floor, I made them move they behinds. I put my ducks in a row, make sure they move with the line. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you, God.
I love our people. Both them brothers. Go, yes, please, give them a warm round of applause. I I just love our people. Such talent. They come up here, do y'all mind if I don't have no music? Hey! Come through. My brother said, I'm so shy, but hey, go ahead. Thank you. Round of applause. Thank you so much. Yes. Okay, so our next person to come and present is a talented author, a native from Indy, and filled with so many stories, history of our city. I would like to introduce Mr. David Leander Williams. Can someone go get Mr. David? keep clapping. He will come up here. Just keep clapping. He is the author of the book entitled African Americans in Indianapolis. Excuse me.
Anyway, I'm David Leander Williams. I'm a proud graduate of Crispus Attucks High School. And a lot of times people, they'll say, well, you went to different graduate schools, Fairleigh Dickinson and Colorado State. I said, no, my foundation was Crispus Attucks High School. We had the best, I don't call them teachers, I call them professors in the world. And people thought that since we were segregated, we were inferior. The other way around, and we were superior. Okay, the reason why I wrote this book about 6 years ago, I was contacted after I wrote my first book. I have my books over here on the table, to go to a meeting with the Bicentennial Commission. And I said, well, David, we're having all the ethnic groups, the racial groups, religious groups to come to some as a library and North Side, something, that's not important. So other ethnic groups brought books. There was the Italian community, the Italian Catholic community, the Greek Orthodox community, the Jewish community, the Slavic community in Hallville, and all of them had books. So when I came there, I only had, there were only 3 books that I could offer. And one was by my professor, Dr. Stanley Warren. Some of you may know him. He wrote 2 books. And then there was Aaliyah Bundle. She's a great-granddaughter of Mary C.J. Walker. There was nothing else. So I went home and I said, I have to do something about this. And I remember working with the late, great Wilma Gibbs on my first jazz book. I had integrated jazz with regular history. So what I did, I extricated the history that I had in my original manuscript, and I just started writing about certain time periods in Indianapolis history. I was able to go back to the 1820s and get information on Indiana Avenue. I read every newspaper, African American newspaper, from 1880 to 1970. That's the period. And also, at that time period, people don't realize the German community was very, very influential politically, economically, and socially in Indianapolis. So I was able to get information from German newspapers. No, I do not speak Deutsch, but I had people in Bloomington who was able to translate about some of the events that occurred during this time period. And it's a very truthful book, a very, very powerful book, and in parts a very, very painful book. There were, I think that our history was, I guess you would say, whitewashed, mitigated, hidden from our textbooks in IPS. And there was a reason, because it was so brutally honest, and people did not want that information to be in the IPS curriculum. So what they would do is just they'll talk about something, and they would kind of put a sugar coat on it. But I took all the sugar off. Right. Yeah, I took the sugar off, and I was able to write some very, very, I won't tell you some of the events because my book is over there and you may not want to buy my book. But anyway, one little thing. Do you realize in 1850 they tried to put us on ships to send us to Africa. Has anyone heard about that? Yeah. Well, anyway, I have a whole chapter on that when I talk about Bethel AME Church, and that's another problem. Yeah, what has happened to Bethel? Anyway, I'll get to that later. Anyway, with Bethel AME Church, I was able to trace people from this area who jumped on a ship and went to Liberia, and some of these people, their relatives are in Monrovia, Liberia, and I'm trying to hook them up with their relatives here in Indianapolis. And I'm working with a WTLC radio great, Tina Cosby, who was from Madison, Indiana. A lot of people were from Madison, Indiana, and that was very, very interesting. So I think I'll be on her program on Friday. But let me get back to my book. I go through the decades, decade by decade. Christus Acts High School, the Ku Klux Klan, the teachers there, World War I, World War II, Lockfield Garden, Senator Avenue YMCA. I have 26 chapters, and it was, so what was so interesting about it is I am not very, very kind to IUPUI. I was a professor, adjunct professor in African Studies there in 2014, and I appeared on the Addicts documentary. And I was very, very vocal on that documentary. And after that, my classes kind of dried up over there, because they know I'm from Lockfield, and I don't sugarcoat, I tell the truth. So I wasn't going to get on there and lie to people, oh, this was the price of progress. We have IUPUI, that we can go and get education. Well, think about the thousands of people, who they were waiting to retire. My mamas, my grandmamas, aunties and uncles scrubbed pots and empty bedpans and cooked in the cafeteria there. When it's time for them to retire and sit on the porch and swing, they said, y'all got to get out of Dodge. That has burned in my soul ever since, and you can see it in my writing. Anyway, late one night I was watching the Cisco Kid and Sergeant Preston in the Royal Mountie, and my cell phone rang, and it said, congratulations, IUPUI, we accept. They accepted my manuscript. I said, are y'all crazy? Didn't y'all read the manuscript of what I talk about? IUPUI, Unigov, IUPUI, the Lockfield, the Sunset. Anybody remember the Sunset? Yeah. Okay, Sunset, the Place to Play, C. Ferguson's, the Cotton Club. That was my world. And I'm sure some of you, that was your world too. Each time I would come to town, I was going to school in Colorado and New Jersey, and I was in Brazil on a project. I'd come to town and something was missing. One time they said they accidentally, at midnight, tore down the Sunset and School 17. How can you accidentally, at midnight, tear down the Sunset and School 17? So what I did, I said I was going to write the manuscript. Well, I gave the manuscript to IUPUI, and they accepted it. And after about a year and a half of working, it's now, I have it here now ready to, it was released in February, but that's not the bad part. Does everyone know that the state legislatures, as I speak now, there's a bill called House Bill 1134. They're saying that we cannot teach Black history to our kids. So automatically, I was getting telephone calls, very, very racist, angry telephone calls. One lady called me and said, Mr. Wood, I know you. I see you on TV, the right accent. I see you on TV, I'll tell you, you ain't nothing but a big troublemaker. I said, ma'am, you sure? I said, I make good trouble. I said, John Lewis, I make good trouble. And then some of the other, Mr. Williams, it'd be very, very nice if you would not let that book out, because our kids are going to come home and they're going to be very, very, they're going to feel guilty about this information. Could you maybe somehow rewrite your book and make it a little nicer? With all due respect, ma'am, no, ma'am. No, like we said, Lockfield, no. So anyway, I have got a bunch, they're trying to, as I speak now, ban my book, and many of them have not read one page. Not one page. So I hope that you support me, because what I plan to do, I'm going to continue being a good troublemaker. I have a children's book, that was written specifically for the African American children the African children, especially from Ethiopia, Uganda, and Northeast Africa who come to school, and they've been teased by the kids. Do you have an alligator in your backyard? Have you ever ridden a lion, seen a lion or a tiger? And so the Ethiopian community and the Eritrean community asked me to write a children's book. So I've written a children's book where I talk about Solomon and Sheba that we know about, but it's called Solomon and Makeda. So I've written that book, and that's going to be published. And I want to the proceeds from that book will go with the proceeds from some of my book to the Indiana Humane Society. I'm a lover of doggies, so I have to always give dogs. Anyway, if there's any questions about my research or about some of the nasty telephone calls I've gotten of the curse words that were hurled at me, I'll tell you, someplace, is that it? Are there any questions about Lockfield, the Avenue, Attic, School 17, or what they say? Well, I know one thing I got to tell you. It's in the book too. After college, I went to Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, and I was the guest of the great grandchildren of Emperor Haile Selassie. Yeah. So anyway, I went to the Harare, Ethiopia. My roommate he was agriculture. He was a vet teacher there. So one day he said, "Hey, Big Dave," they call me Tulaku Dawi. Tulaku Dawi, that means Big Dave in Amharic. He said, "I'm going to take you to a school and where our kids learn." So he took me in this little village, and they had like a brown, I guess red brick little building, no inside lighting, no inside plumbing. And so I walked in there. It was dark. These little Ethiopian kids were around the room, sitting on like logs with their books, and they were there to study. And afterwards, I found out that after these kids, after they graduated, they would go to the local high schools, and from there they would get scholarships to the finest universities in America: Tennessee State, Kentucky State, Morehouse, Spelman, Florida A&M, the schools, Texas Southern, Texas, all the finest schools. Now you mentioned, I didn't mention Harvard or Yale, because sometimes when you think about excellence, we always, Harvard and Yale, we have great institutions, in our HBCUs, of which I would also attended in Tennessee. So they told me that, these kids, they go to the United States and they do very well. One of the kids who were there, he won the Nobel Prize in Agriculture. He's up in Purdue University, Dr. Fayisa. He was one of the people there. And then my other buddy, he just retired as he's the head of surgery at Howard University School of Medicine. So when I asked one of the little boys, I said, how can you produce this with such Spartan facilities? And he said, Ato Dawi, in our country, nobody tells us that we're inferior. Yeah. So that was an epiphany. Okay, just 2 seconds. That's epiphany for me. Because I get started, I can talk. One last thing. I was able to get a flashback at being at the State Fair, walking past a exhibit where they said Zula, the wild woman from Africa, and the barker said, "Come and see this wild woman we got from the deep Belgian Congo. She talks to the monkeys and apes, and she is eating banana." The curtain came up. There was a black lady with the hair over her head. She was spinning her neck, and she had she bit a chicken and blood, which the ketchup came out. And as I looked at that, they said, "Oh, she is, great, and she's from Africa, and blah, blah, blah." So as a little kid, subliminally, unconsciously, I'm saying my people are from the apes, So this book is to empower our young people, treat them their real history, so they can love one another, pick up my book, and put down the guns.
Thank you, Mr. David. We love him. We give another round of applause for Mr. David, please. I know I left you on kind of a cliffhanger with that story, so if you are intrigued, please go visit him, read the book, buy the book, share the stories. I do want to give a special announcement about one of our vendors here today. It's the Center for Urban Health at IUPUI. And we have Angie and Chris at the table down there. And their cause is to give out free lead testing for you to take home. This is a very serious issue because there's no safe level of lead in your home, and it can lead to all sorts of developmental issues and learning disabilities. And as much as mental health is a big issue in our community, how much we need it and don't always get it, how much we need it and don't always search for it. There are so many different things, from food to our environment, our social media, and things such as if you live in a home that's older than 1978 and you have peeling paint in your home, those kinds of things can affect our bodies and our minds. So please stop by the table, get information, get a free lead testing kit, take it home and save your family and provide them with a little extra peace of mind and health, okay? So what I would like to do is thank every single one of the performers that were here today. Please make some noise and gratitude for all the performers and presenters today. And if you presented or performed today, please come up to the front. We want to take a picture of you. We want to get a picture of you in our Black History Month exhibit. Same thing goes for all the vendors today. Thank you so much for being here today. Please give them a sound of gratitude for being here, and visit all of the booths for their creations. Thank you so much. I now would like to introduce our Executive Director, Miss Mary Clark.
All right, Miss Mary. Did you enjoy the performances? Thank you so much for being here. Here at the Global Village Welcome Center, we're trying to create a place where everybody can find this place to be their home, a welcoming place. We're creating a place where everyone can learn that our differences aren't so different. And if they are different, that's okay too, right? I don't have much to say other than thank you for being here. Make sure that you tour the galleries. A couple of weeks ago, we unveiled the bust of Obama, so make sure you look at that. And in the far corner of the Black History Month gallery, that's my grandpa. He played in the Negro League, so take a look at him as well. Thank you and have a good day. Oh, could we have all the performers, everyone that performed, step up, please.
You guys know that today would not have been possible if it's not for our curator, Daniel the Real, put this whole month's program. So I want to honor him for this. Come on, Daniel. Daniel's shy, but this would not have been possible without Daniel. Daniel has done a great job. So I want to make sure that you guys know that this was his idea as well as executing it. Okay? Thank you so much. Can we have the artist up here again, please? I want him in the picture. I want him in the picture.
Thank you, Maria. Before everybody leaves, this event today, or this program, is part of what I call an immersion event. It was an idea I had back in December that would give people the opportunity to immerse themselves into a culture on a deeper level, more than an exhibit can do. This is the 4th such event this year, and it's probably our most successful too. Now, before you leave, I do want to do an experiment where I'm taking people's feedback. If you feel a certain way about what you learned today, if today's event opened your eyes to any type of thing, please, when you exit, there is a table by the doors where you can take that survey. It's just 3 questions. We're just asking you 3 questions, very brief. You can be as detailed as you'd like. This will help me to help inform our future immersion events, which I do plan to do several more throughout the year. So this isn't the last one. We have many more to come. Thank you very much.